Okay, so it's been a little while since I've made a video out here. Again, I apologize for that. Got some stuff going on. So, remember in one of the previous videos that I had the control box set up getting remade? Well, it is complete. Here is the final result. Conduit is now run, obviously. Wiring has been redone. Cabinets are obviously mounted up and repainted. Paint isn't the best, but it'll do for what it's for. Obviously now I have a new power cord, so that piece of length of undersized Romex is now gone. So I guess we will start here at the disconnect. So I got excuse me, I got 10 gauge stranded running into for power, which is what the cord's original gauge size is, and I got, I think, 8 gauge running out to the RCM through the conduit, which I mean is perfectly fine. Again, I don't have the biggest 240 volt circuit at the moment for amperage, but that's just basically normal house appliances. Obviously it wasn't made for this, but I mean, I'm not running a single phase blower obviously at the moment, so not a big deal, but this is what the wiring looks inside the disconnect. And obviously the disconnect does work, so we're going to go ahead and turn it on. Alright, and now the RCM has power. So here is the RCM. I got this rewritten up here. It ain't, you know, top-notch quality, but it'll do. Because when I got these cabinets sandblasted, unfortunately we lost the original writing of this, but there was still some there where I was able to rewrite that out. Again, ain't the greatest, but it will have to do for now. Obviously I got these laminated because that's why they're shiny. I got them fully laminated, so those are good to go. Obviously here's the RCM. Here's the wiring coming in from the disconnect, so obviously we got power. Here's, you know, rotator. Alright, and then obviously there's the blower contactor, and then here is the chopper. It ain't terribly loud, but I don't want to crank it up obviously, because it is nighttime. So yeah, there's kind of the run through with that. Just gonna close that back up. And then obviously in here is the FC. Now that looks a little different. There's nothing there anymore, obviously. Okay. Well, just that I'm gonna have to probably. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to move that back a little bit. The horn kind of tapped on that a little bit. May have left dent, not sure. Didn't take any paint off. Anyways, like I said, paint isn't the greatest, as you can kind of see. Paint isn't great. I don't know what happened. I laid the paint on these how I usually do on everything like this, and it came out great on here, but I guess you win, you lose some. Yeah. Anyways, obviously a little more organized. I got this up here now. Wires have been cut to length a little more, so everything's a little more organized. I guess we could slightly test the FC to the RCM a little bit here. Throw power off of there. Alright, here we go. So there's that. So I threw the control switch, which cuts any sort of voltage from all 3 relays. It doesn't turn those 2 on, but it can turn that guy on and the agostat, but it won't give any power to the rest of the stuff. So, alright. So Not really much else to show with the control setup here. So I'm just going to close all these back. And so, this is the finished result on the brand new control setup. It definitely looks a lot better than before, and looks way more professional and thrown together. Obviously, the air timer's down here. You guys have already seen that it's been, you know, redone and whatnot. So, alright, well, that's it for now.